Hey, we're back. We're back with another video of Can Mike make a video that's less than 20 minutes long? Today we're going to talk about different types of websites, the levels of online destination building for your clients. When I started building websites back in 1996 after university, people didn't know that they needed a website. The battle between you and a client was, well, why do I need a website? And you had to convince them that a website was something that they needed for their business. But in the early 2000s, when I started full-time freelance, everybody knew that they needed a website. That battle was over. They knew it. And most of the first projects that I had at my agency were online sites for TV shows and video games and TV movies and things for the clients that we were doing work for. Then 2008, 2010 rolls around and we started to see the emergence of easy ways to build websites or online marketing. You had social media come out that you could get a Facebook page and create that to market your business online. You didn't need a website anymore for some of these small businesses. And then responsive design for devices changed the way that websites were. They used to be, everything was so custom and crazy custom, and now we needed to build things more modular for responsive. And that started to change the dynamic of the types of websites that we would build for our clients. Around that same time, a few of these template builders came out and they were really good. It was Wix and Squarespace that emerged and they just had template. Pick a template, put your content in, launch. So a lot of the smaller websites that agencies like mine would get started to go away, those small sites. So here we are in the early 20s, and there are multiple different ways that a business can market themselves online. And in this video, we're gonna talk about the 6 different levels of website building. And I'm gonna give you a process for each one of them to help you be able to sell this type of service to your clients. We're gonna start with the biggest first and then scale them down and get smaller and smaller. The first type of website that we can build is completely custom, fully custom. Custom code, custom backend, custom programming, custom server setup, custom design, everything custom, not built on any specific platform. These usually are the big mega sites. We did handfuls of these at my agency, $100, $200, $300, $500,000 website engagements, and they still exist out there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through what phases and processes go into creating these big mega sites. And then as we go into the other versions, we're gonna scale them down a little smaller so that you can see the breadth of how do you sell and execute on a huge site, and then how do we go to these kind of mini versions of ways for businesses to market themselves online. Now, a fully custom website project has these 5 phases. The first phase, strategy and information architecture, user experience design, phase 2, phase 3 is user interface design, phase 4, alpha development, and phase 5, beta development and launch. By the way, alpha development and beta development, I've seen these flip-flopped sometimes where the alpha is the primary final one before launch, and others where the beta is the primary final before launch. In this video, I'm using the beta as the final before launch, but you may see it the other way around sometimes in people, the way they run their production. Doesn't matter as long as you have 2 phases of development for these mega sites. Now, let me take you through really quickly what each of these phases entails. Phase 1, strategy and information architecture. You start with a workshop talking about the strategy that the client wants, who's the audience, who are their competitors, what are we trying to achieve. Then you go into creating a strategy document for them. You create that strategy. Here's the type of content we need. Here's the problem we're trying to solve. Here's the audience we're trying to reach. Here's the strategy we're going to use to make this successful. Then we go into persona development, where we have the exact personas of the target audience that we're trying to reach. And then we do a content framework. We take all of their content ideas of what they want to put on the site, and we put them into a spreadsheet, and we start using that as a working document to create the content for their site. We also make a site map and define how all these pages are going to flow for the user. We can also do user journeys. So we say, okay, this persona, Sally, we want her to come in and do these actions on the site. We do that through a user journey. And then we have a technical build strategy. We understand the content, we understand the user, we understand the features. Now, what kind of technologies do we need to have in place to be able to make this website happen? Then we go to phase 2, the UX phase, user experience design. It's like wireframing or blueprints to a house. We're going to create wireframes for the website. We take all of the content that we have and we distill it into wireframe pages, and we can make prototypes as well. So we'll create prototypes to test functionality of the site before we go in and do visual design. We go from phase 2 to phase 3, user interface design. User interface design starts with mood boards, where we try and establish a design style for the website without designing anything. We're just pulling different pieces from somebody else's project and saying, here's some button styles, and here's some colors, and here's some way they treat images. We try and define a style. From there, we go and we take the mood board that the client approves, we attach it to the wireframe and do visual design to do design concepts or design comps for all the pages of the site. So design comp is the marriage between a mood board and a wireframe. And we do that visual design for every single page on the site. And then in some cases, we might create a design system or a UI kit where it has defined, here is the style of this website. Here's the icons, the colors, the typography, the button style, the image usage styles for this project. We also can do interaction design. What happens on hover and changing from one visual element to the next? Are there fades and slides and things that are parallaxing on the site? We can design those different interactions. And we also do a responsive design conversion where we take the desktop size. Usually I start with desktop size design and we scale it down to a phone size. So we give them 2 different versions of each page, and that's part of this user interface design phase. We go into beta development. I changed that on the other one called alpha development. So we'll say that this is alpha development. And in alpha development, we're going to set up the content management system if we're building on a platform. So CMS setup. We're going to do the beta or the alpha build of the site. The alpha is we're going to get all the pages in place. It's not going to be fully functional yet. It's not going to have all the final content. It's not going to have all the final images, but it is going to have functioning clickable pages. Then we go into the next phase of development, which in this case we'll call beta development and launch. And that beta development is where we go and integrate all of the content into the site. All the final content, final images, all the stuff is finalized and put into the site. We do this build and we go through a quality assurance testing process where we test all of the different features of the site. And then we'd launch and do live testing. We run it through QA again after it goes live, just to make sure that everything ported from a development server to a live server. At my agency, we offered a 30-day bug fix for all web-related projects. We'll fix anything on the code we built, on the features we implemented for 30 days. And then we try and sell the client into a maintenance package, which most clients on a custom site are going to want ongoing support from you. Okay. So that's the flow of a fully custom website. Now we're going to talk about some of the other ways to build websites and how this 5-phase process can get made smaller to be able to do a more cost-effective approach for smaller sized websites. Not everybody needs this gigantic, humongous custom website. In fact, most people don't anymore. Okay, moving on to level 2. Level 2 is platform builders. Platform builders are things like WordPress, Shopify, Drupal, these platforms that you can build your site inside of this tool. Now, because it's built on a platform, it has a little bit less complexity. You don't have to code all of the stuff. You just have to code it to integrate into features that are already built. WordPress, 43% of the entire internet is built on WordPress. Crazy statistic, 43%. Shopify, such a powerful e-commerce platform to build a website on. There are a lot of agencies that just do Shopify websites. That's all they do, and they build on this platform for their clients. Drupal, another content management system that you may build a website on. Now, it's still a custom website, but because it's built on top of an existing engine, there is a little bit of cost savings in comparison to a custom website, a fully custom website, because you are building on that platform. So if we go over to the phases for a platform built website, I would use the exact same phases for that we just went through on a fully custom, but you probably don't have to charge as much for the development phases because it's built on the pre-existing platform. Okay, let's go to level 3, which are the no-code builders. No-code builders have become hugely popular and super powerful over the last few years. They allowed you to build a website without having to do any code. You can build it inside of an interface that's similar to the design tools that you might know as a designer. There are tools out there like Elementor, which is a no-code builder that's on top of WordPress. Webflow, also very popular. Framer, growing in popularity. And Editor X. Editor X is the no-code builder that I've used in a lot of demos on my current YouTube channel. And I'm going to walk you through really quick one of those demos just to show you how these no-code builders work. So you have Editor X here. We have this interface screen. So I'm not typing HTML or CSS code, but I can move these things around inside of the interface, and I can just click here to change image. This is similar to the way that you would work inside of Adobe InDesign or some of the other design software that you might use. We can click this and double click in here and change the copy out of this section right here. We can change out images. We can add new rows and add new sections to a website like this. We can add in pre-built modules that they have already custom coded in here in these compositions. We can just go and drop one of those into our layout on here. So we can do it without coding anything. So these no-code builders are super, super powerful, and they speed up the development process at the end of this project. And so let's look at the phases of a no-code builder. And you'll see in here that I've taken out one of the phases. We've bundled together the alpha and beta phases into just a phase 4 build and launch. So we still start with strategy and information architecture. We can do all those services for the client. We go to UX design, user experience design, then to user interface design, the visual design, and then we go to build and launch. Because we can compress the speed to go to market with a website because we're not coding a site, we can expedite the production flow and reduce the amount of phases. Now, it allows you to build a website for less money to your clients. Whether you pass that savings on to your client or not is up to you. You might just take it as an advantage for you to have more profitable projects, or you can use that as a way to reduce the cost of building a website and pass that savings along to the client so that you can land projects at lower price point or do work at a lower price point for more budget constrained clients. Okay, next in our hierarchy is the website, the template builders, that you just pick a template and then put your content in it and then launch. These template builders make it super easy for somebody to create a website for their own business or for you to create a simple website for your clients. Some of these popular website builders are Wix, which is the parent company to Editor X. And you'll see in here in Wix that we can just go click to creation and we can look at their website templates. Here are all the different templates inside of Wix. We have 74 pages of templates. Let's go back to one of these first ones and click view. And we can see that this is the template that you can just sign up for Wix, change out the images and change out the text, and it is built and looks nice. This stuff didn't exist back in the day when we were doing so many custom built websites. And now you have these awesome templates that you can just build a site for your clients really quick and easy on these things. And they look nice. That's the big difference between when these came out in 10, 15 years ago and today. They actually look really great. They've got some great templates. Another option is Squarespace. And then you also have things like envato.com where you can go and buy different templates to build for your clients. So if we go to this Envato Market and click on WordPress, and you have different themes in here. So we can go in and just say, oh, I want a creative website theme, and I can go in and buy a template out of this and install it into WordPress and just change out text and use this pre-built template style for my entire website. Now, these template builders speed up the process even more. So we go into a phase one that might be content planning. So we're just going to get with the client. We're going to organize what kind of content do you want to have on this website. We do content planning. Then we do a template choice and design. So we're going to show them different templates and say, hey, I think that this one is going to be great for you. You should use this one or one of these three. And then we go into content integration and launch. Just a simple 3-step or 3-phase project because we're using a template. This reduces the length of production, speeds up the go-to-market, and it's a valuable service that you can help mentor, cater, consult your client through that process. All right, level 5 is just these free website builders. Like if you register a domain name with GoDaddy, they're going to start pumping you and saying, hey, what about your free website? Get your free website. They want you to build a website using their builder, and there's an upsell option. But you look at this is a free website that you get. You register your domain on GoDaddy, and it pushes you toward creating your free website. And then you go over here and they do have an upgraded version, the premium version, to upgrade when you're ready for more. Now, some of these, for some clients, this is sufficient. They can have a free website. We can look at this and preview this template that they have in their free website builder. And for some clients, it's great. It's sufficient. It'll get the job done. It's the simplest way to get a website created that is a kind of custom website that has the appearance of being custom, even though it really isn't. Now, free website builders, I'm going to put those in the same 3-step flow as we did for the last template builders. We have content planning, template choice and design, and content integration and launch. These 3 phases that you can use to help take your client through this build process of their website. Okay, we're going to go to the very, very last one, level 6. This is like the lowest end way to market your business online, but it's sufficient for some businesses. It's just directory pages. This happened back in 2009, maybe 2010, maybe even 2008. We used to do a lot of little brochure websites for a client, these little 5-page websites, home, about, contact, services, and team or something, 5 pages of a website. And then all of a sudden, the directories on Facebook, where you could create a business page on Facebook, started to become sufficient for a lot of our clients to just market their business using that Facebook page as their website destination. And it's adequate for some businesses to do that now. My rec center, where I go and lift weights, they just use their Facebook page. That's their website. They don't have a separate website. So it's sufficient. Now let's look at a couple different options for this. The first one we're looking at here is Yelp. Yelp is a review site. It's a review site. And I just did a quick check for restaurants in San Francisco. And let's take this one right here, Starbelly. Starbelly, open till 9. We click on that Yelp listing, and here we have Starbelly. We have reviews. We have the hours that they're open. We have their link to their site. If they have one, they have a phone number. We have directions we can click to get. We have popular dishes. We can click and see the full menu and get all of this information through Yelp. So a business like Starbelly can just use their Yelp page as a directory destination for their business. Some of these small businesses, they can just survive with just managing their Yelp destination as their website for their business. Another option is Facebook. And like I mentioned, Facebook pages is one of the places where you can list a business. And there are all kinds of businesses on Facebook, but you can have about your business. You can have photos, you can have videos, posts, all of these things. And for some businesses, this is sufficient to market their company online. I'm just going to do a search really quick and see if we have kayak companies on here, and let's check. We get kayak wrap company, private group. Let's go to pages. And when we go on to pages, we're going to scroll down here and find Kayak Angler Magazine. Kayak Angler Magazine. So here is a magazine that has a Facebook page and has extra information about their business or that caters to their audience. And they're just using this as a destination to market their business. Like I'm saying here, for some businesses, that's probably sufficient. And some probably don't have a budget to create a whole website. So you might just help them with a directory page. And if you're gonna make a directory page for a client as a service, here are the phases that I would recommend. Content planning. Offer a content planning. Say, hey, you don't have enough budget to go and build a fully custom website. I get that. No big deal. Why don't we just help you get a really nicely designed or really effectively designed Yelp page or Facebook page for your business? We'll just use that for your website for now. And so we'll help you strategize your content, and then we'll go and do the content integration. We'll implement it into that platform for you. And we have limitations because it is a pre-built directory platform, but it'll give you a way to market your business. So that's a sufficient service to offer your clients, especially for those clients that have super low budgets. All right, so there are 6 different levels of websites. Not really websites, because some of them, like this online directory thing, blah, 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 it's not really a website, but there's 6 different ways that you can engage with your client to create an online destination that they can use in their marketing. Some clients have huge budgets and can do level 1 fully custom, and other clients are gonna have reduced budgets, and you may just help them get a directory listing and plan the content so that they can have a Yelp destination or a Facebook destination be effective for their business. I hope that that's what you get out of this video. I hope you get a little bit of spark and ideas of, wait a second, okay, so I can sell my client on No Code Builder as a platform because that works for me, or even just a Squarespace site or a Wix website. I can help them get integrated and create a good content strategy to build a website on Wix. It's so valuable just to help them get online. You help your client start making money, and then they start spending more of that money with you. You know, our success is so intrinsically tied to the success that we create for our clients, for other people, that's what you really want to do. And so you help those clients figure out ways to help them and serve them, even if they don't have a $500,000 budget for a fully custom website. There's still ways that you can produce things that'll help them. Okay, thanks a lot for checking this out. Hey, if you want to check out a no-code builder, check out Editor X. And if you want to learn more about web design, development, and running a web business, a website business, check out my course, Web Design Business Bootcamp. And thanks a lot for watching. I don't know if we got 20 minutes or less. We probably didn't. This is probably the longest video I ever made, knowing me, but I tried to talk fast and get the information to you, so we'll see when I edit this how long it really took. Okay, thanks a lot. See you later.